Well, Bud Powell was the great professor of the music. And playing the piano, he was able to articulate so much of the bebop language. And of course, we all looked up to Bud Powell. He was one of the gods. And he also lived up on the hill, actually, sort of the beginning of the hill. He lived 141st Street and St. Nicholas Avenue. And that was sort of the beginning of the hill in the way of speaking. And we used to go by and stand outside of Bud's house. He lived on the second floor, one flight up. And we used to listen to Bud practicing and everything, you know. And eventually we began going to, when I got to know him and everything, we'd go up to, we got inside up in the apartment, you know. And we were, you know, I remember Bud's his wife, Frances. And the whole thing, you know, but Bud was really great. Bud was a fantastic player, you know.
Was that one of your early sessions, the one you did with Bud and Fats?
Yeah, that was an early session, and that was a heady experience because that was one of my earliest sessions. And of course it was a great career boost that Bud picked me to play with them, you know. And of course I was the youngest guy on the session. I mean, actually Roy Haynes was on it. I think Tommy Potter, maybe, Bud Powell, Fats Navarro, and myself. So I was sort of the young guy, and so it was a great career boost for me to be chosen by the great Bud Powell. And he was like a mad genius. I mean, he was like Beethoven, you know. I mean, he was just, you know, I remember when we were making the record, we were playing the music, and I made a mistake, and Bud looked over at me, man, just shot me a look, you know, and, you know, so, okay, man, I never made that mistake again, man, better not. So, but he was like a very intense guy, you know, and so anyway, but Bud was something else. But he was, you know, his music speaks for itself, man. He was really one of the people that defined bebop, really. You know, there's a lot of people tried to be like Bud, but you know, we had Al Haig who was trying to play like Bud, and a whole lot of people. But Bud capsulized all of the bebop tradition. You know, this is why he was so great, really.